Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's get ready to
She had a ball, and she was bulldozing them all by herself. To my future husband, if you're listening to this, I might be saying shit that you weren't expecting.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Suswana.
I'm Rahmaan.
Are you ready to mumble?
I am ready to mumble.
This wasn't the test run.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
I love your jacket. I'm just going to establish that now for the viewers because I will keep doing this.
I love her pants, so works out.
So, how are you feeling today?
I'm good. Pretty good. My throat is kind of sore, kind of hungover. Did some karaoke, but I'm good. I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm not great.
Hmm.
I'm actually really sad because I thought you were going to serenade me.
Did you want me to?
Maybe a little bit.
Do we do that on the podcast or do we do that after the podcast?
It can be on.
It can be on. Okay. Give me
Alright,
a song.
You can do it at the end.
All right.
Think about it,
We'll
surprise
save it. We'll save it. We'll save it. Yeah. Keep it in the back of my mind.
So, you are an artiste.
Indeed.
How's that going for you?
It's going well. I've been making a lot more music lately. For those of you who don't know, I'm an R&B singer, rapper, producer, kind of do everything. I mix a lot of Bengali and Islamic influences. But lately, I've been creating a lot more. I've been putting my life into my passion a lot more, and it feels really good to be back. It feels really good to be kind of journaling my life.
My best pieces is when I can connect myself to it. Sometimes, and I think a lot of songwriters will do this with their songs, right? That's how we process almost.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. We have to process like different parts of our lives by putting it into our craft.
Yeah.
And that's when we're like, oh yeah, we went through that. Now we know not to go through that again.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Like, have you ever like written a song about somebody and they heard it and they were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, a couple times. Like it's been like exes and stuff, or like I even wrote one song about a past friend of mine, and the way that he and I like ended off our friendship was really messy. Like it didn't need to end that way. I wrote it about him. He hit me like a couple months later after he heard the song, and he was just like, "Bro, what is this? I know who this is about. Why did you write this?"
Yeah.
I never responded to him.
Well, good. You don't have to.
Yeah. The guy's problems anyway.
Wait, which song was it?
Who Hurt You?
Oh.
Yeah. Off of my album from 2019, Pyar Hawas.
Very good
Check it
album.
out.
Charcoal Skies, my favorite off of that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just intervals of us doing this. That's fine. Okay, well, you said that you are back.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you back? Where did you go?
Where did I go? I was kind of restrained from doing what I needed to do. Just situations in my life kind of made me not able to create, not able to see the people I wanted to see or do the things that I wanted to do. And that was a huge mental health gap for me, and I needed to kind of take a break from everything just to make sure that my mental was good, that my life was good, that everything about me was good before Rahmaan is good.
Yeah. I've had periods of my life where I stopped dancing just because I was prioritizing other things in my life. And every time I have like the biggest mental breakdown and I like fall to the floor, and I actually like will like fall to the floor and like actually become like paralyzed because I like cannot move because my whole body and brain will just shut down. But then as soon as I like the music comes on and I like allow myself to move and dance, and it's like night and fucking day. Like,
I totally understand that.
and I don't know that I've ever been able to stand still if there's music playing.
Okay. That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, it is a good thing.
It kind of takes you away from everything. Takes you away from your responsibilities for a second.
Yeah.
It's also your art form. And honestly, continuing your art form is just the best thing you can do for yourself.
Are there moments where you stop doing music because you, like, I don't know, like lost belief in yourself, or you were just like so lost in yourself? And how did that make you feel?
Oh, yeah. No, that's definitely happened. Whether it's been like me not believing in myself, like as who I am, or just not believing in like music or whatever. No, that's definitely happened. Many, many times. I've definitely gone on Instagram and said, I want to quit music, like to all my close friends and stuff, like a billion times. And it's always been because, like, you know, I'm just overthinking, and I'm just thinking, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? There's nothing for me. Sometimes I think that. Sometimes I like go off the deep end and I spiral, and it's pretty bad. And I feel like that's something people with general anxiety disorder have. Me. I just get super anxious, super overworked, and I just think too hard about stuff. So that's happened like in waves. Recently, I got prescribed some medicine for my anxiety, and that's been helping me a lot.
Yeah.
I was concerned that my creativity was going to be hampered as a result. So I actually talked to my psychiatrist about it, and I was like, yo, is this going to make me less creative? Am I going to like stop making music as a result of this? He's like, nah, you're fine. Like literally, he was just like, nah, you're fine. You're literally not taking like, because I'm not taking the full dosage and stuff. It's literally just a little bit. But yeah, no, my creativity now is like so much better than ever before because my anxiety levels are down. I'm taking care of myself. I'm going to therapy, all that. So yeah, no, it's definitely happened, but I think I'm kind of getting a hold on it now.
Yeah. Well, that's really important. Like the whole, I think, you know, being able to seek that help and then taking the medication. Because I mean, I've definitely heard other people who like will take the medication and like it does like change them and they feel different and they don't like it. And I think that conversation is different and personal to every person. But I do think that like if you need it, you should take it. Absolutely.
And there's like, I can also relate to that because in the past I've taken medicines that were kind of misprescribed to me. Like I didn't need to take the medicines that I took, and I went through like 5 or 6 before I found the right one, and every single one like had some crazy effects on me. It made me feel worse, significantly worse. It made me not want to do anything. Kind of made me just shrivel up into a corner and do nothing.
Yeah.
But I guess it takes some time to find the right one and the right dosage and everything, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's like sort of the difficult part about even just like talk therapy or, you know, getting diagnosed and prescribed something is that like there's so much trial and error, but like also like the wrong error can be a fatal mistake.
Really fatal. It's scary. It's really scary. The psychiatric world is extremely scary. I don't know if this is out yet, but brain scans would be nice, and if they're like accessible to people. When people go through certain emotions, different synapses fire in their brains, and you can get that scanned, but they're dummy expensive.
Yeah.
So like if that was accessible to everybody, and then a psychiatrist saw that and was just like, oh, you need this one, it would be easier.
Yeah. Unfortunately, healthcare in this world.
Healthcare sucks. Healthcare is a scam.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
I'm paying way too much for my therapist, but it has to be done.
Yeah, no, I put off therapy for so many years because I couldn't afford it.
Right.
And I was like, I guess I'm just gonna have to do this shit myself.
This has got to be like that sometimes. I'm not gonna front.
But then it like got to the point where I was like, no, I like need to fucking talk to like I need like,
you need that.
Yeah.
You absolutely need that. That third party that doesn't know shit except your perspective.
So I'm still broke and paying for therapy right now. It's not great.
We're all broke and we're all we're all in the sauce right now. It's okay. You're not alone.
But I mean, yeah, but thankfully I actually like was able to find a therapist who has a sliding scale, and
Good.
so that helped a little bit. But
Okay.
yeah, no, my insurance like doesn't really cover it.
Same. My insurance literally does not cover anything therapeutic, like ever. Like no therapists in my area use my insurance for some reason. The closest one is in like Pennsylvania, and
Oh,
I'm not
God.
going there.
Yeah.
So, because what the fuck is in Pennsylvania? If you live in Pennsylvania, I don't know what you're doing there.
I mean,
I'm just kidding. Don't cancel me.
it's too late.
Nah, it's too late. I'm already canceled.
So what's this new album that you're working on?
I'm working on a 10-track project to be released in November. And every other month.
Wait, it got pushed to November?
I'm releasing the whole thing in November.
Oh, okay.
But first release off of the album is on March 28th.
By the time this comes out, it will have already released. So
Oh, okay. So guys, it's out. Stream that shit. It's called Love is War.
oh, I love that one.
Yeah. That song, I wrote that in May 2021, something like that. Cool little trap song, just for the hype, just for the people. I did let out some feelings on that. I let out a little bit of tea on that, but you just listen to it and you'll know. That's track 1. Got another one in May, another one in July, and September, and then the full thing comes out in November.
Okay, but what if I want the full thing now?
Well, I could send you it.
Okay. Listen, y'all, connects. Keep them. Nurture them. Love them.
Love them. Touch their pants sometimes.
With consent.
With consent. Can I touch your pants?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh dear God.
Oh, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on a lot this year. Got some cool collaborations. Don't want to announce anything yet. But
Okay.
got some cool collaborations coming out.
What's been one of the more joyous moments for you in making this?
You know, it feels good to actually release stuff. It's been years
Yeah.
since I released something where I put my all into it. You know, like the last time I like fully did that was Bjar Havas. Like that rollout was phenomenal. I loved that rollout. That was one of my favorite rollouts of all time. That was back in 2019. So trying to do it now, especially because like I'm also finishing my degree in digital marketing. I'm learning a lot about like the current state of social media, the current state of analytics, just what I should be doing now, and it's kind of exciting. You know,
Yeah.
it's exciting to see what I have to do in order to make my music more accessible to more people.
Yeah.
And something about that process just makes me feel really good, because back in the day, in like 2015, 2016, I had people message me saying, "Oh, your music saved my life. Your music got me through this time, that time, really dark time." And that's kind of what brought me to continue making music, right? Because I want to be kind of like a world therapist through my music. So seeing like how I can potentially be that world therapist for more and more people and work on it more and more, that's probably the most exciting for me. Like, yeah, the creation is insane. I love creating and I love putting my thoughts on wax. But what I really love is when people connect with my music and it helps them. It's my main source of pride.
The whole reason for why I like became a producer and why I wanted to be a journalist actually is because I've always had this acute understanding that since I was a kid, and I don't know why the fuck I knew this as a kid, but I just knew that there are two groups of people, right? There's people who have that access and can say whatever the fuck they want and people will hear them. And then there's the people who have something to say but nobody's listening. And I wanted to be able to go out into the world and bring that accessibility and amplify those voices and give them those resources that they need or want to be able to share their stories, because everybody has a story to tell. I used to do, so in college, I did like the humans of college version.
Nice. Very nice.
It was actually started by one of my other friends, and I helped with it. And I ended up, by the time I graduated college, which I was there for 3 years in college, and I ended up speaking to over 100 people.
Wow.
100 people that I didn't know.
Very nice.
And that was insane.
Absolutely. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, especially when you're an introvert like me. That's a lot of people.
I like would stand in the hallway and I would just be like, who wants to talk to me?
So how many people, like, what was the ratio of people who would want to talk to you versus who wouldn't?
Yeah, I actually, for the most part, like, you know, as long as they didn't like, they weren't like running to a class, most people were open to like speaking with me, partially because they had no fucking idea what they were about to get themselves into.
Right.
I always had different questions for everybody, obviously based on them, but sort of the 3 questions that I always asked was like, what did you want to be when you were a kid? What are you doing now? What would you do if money wasn't a problem? And the answers were so different to each of those questions, but oftentimes the answer to what would you do if money weren't a problem was close to what they wanted to do when they were a kid. And or like in terms of like the ambition and the passion, right? It's like, you know, when you're a kid and you're like, I want to be an astronaut, you say that with so much excitement, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I do accounting. And you're like,
It's really like that.
yeah.
It's really like that.
What gave you the confidence to stay in music?
My parents,
Oh.
for sure. My dad and my mom, more recently telling me, go to the studio.
Ah.
What are you doing? Like, they would see me like spiraling in my mental health, just playing video games and doing nothing. And they'd be like, go to the fucking studio.
Oh, good.
My dad would yell at me. He'd be like, go to the studio, make some fucking music.
I love that.
So them, my friends, my supporters, you, pants. No, yeah, just like everybody that's been supporting me and like seeing my, I guess, evolution through life. And also just seeing like how much better I've been getting over time at like creating the kind of music that I want to create. You know, like I fully 1000% make the music that I want to listen to, and that's what matters to me. And the fact that I can keep doing that,
Yeah.
so reassuring. So I know I had like those 2 years because of like external reasons and stuff, but what kept me going, again, people that consistently supported me, consistently showed me love, but also just like the feeling of satisfaction, the feeling that I mean more to this world than just being some dude in marketing.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know, it's not for me. Like, I feel like I have more to offer. I have more to give to people. I feel like I really can be that world therapist that I was talking about earlier. Honestly, one of my biggest goals in life, because when I was in school in like 2014, I tried majoring in psych. Liked it. Didn't like the paperwork, but I liked it. My therapist was like, you shouldn't do that.
Oh.
And I was like, why? And he was like, because you're a people pleaser. And I was like, and what? But no, he was right, because it was a long and arduous path. Like he said himself, it took him 12 years to get to where he was, and he just started making like a decent salary. So he's like, don't do that. Don't sacrifice yourself too much. Do what you love instead. So I dropped out and started making music for 4 years.
Yes. Good.
And now I'm back in school for marketing, and I'm gearing it towards music.
Yeah.
So
it's all
everything's
connected, so.
everything's all connected. And another thing that keeps me pushing is the fact that I literally am in school so I can push myself in music. You know, like I would major in music, but I cannot yet afford that. So one thing first, and then the other thing.
I have a
But-
bone to pick with Juilliard. Okay.
Mm.
I hate the fact
Mm.
that dance in the Western world is so rooted in Western dance styles.
Very true.
Because so in order for me, I don't know what Juilliard's audition and practice is now, but at least back when I was looking into it, like, you have to be trained in ballet.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, but I'm trained in Bharatanatyam and Kathak,
Right.
which is like the ballet of fucking South Asia.
South Asia, literally.
So
Fucking literally.
why the fuck can I not? Why is that not enough?
Right.
Yeah, so that's my bone to pick with Juilliard.
No, I absolutely hate that, because what the fuck, dude? Because anytime I see Bharatanatyam or Kathak, like, it amazes me. It shocks
Yeah.
me. It's so graceful. It's
It's-
so powerful.
And it requires so much discipline.
So much discipline.
Yeah.
So much strength.
It took me 3 years of training in Bharatanatyam to stop moving my fucking shoulders.
Okay. I mean, 3 years is good. It's a good amount of time. Listen, 26 years in, still stiff, so it's fine. I can't dance. Don't ask me to dance, yo. Please.
I just had to vent a little bit.
No, that was necessary.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That was our time for this podcast. Rate, comment, subscribe, like, wherever you want.
Do all that.
Peace.
Peace.